I won't accept. Yeah, Germany does have a lot of captured factories. That's not untrue. Mexico hasn't cancelled it yet, have they? No, they haven't. Oh, here comes the next wave. Are you seriously losing? Damn it. Now they're cancelled. I'm hoping that these 6 units stay in Algiers. I'm going to pull back here. So if we lose this position in Algiers... Well, actually, we could just sail away. But it's a hell of a lot safer to control both. Okay. Reinforcements have arrived! And those were probably the Mexican convoys that I did get through. I can't afford to lose convoys. Also, where are all my convoys? I have literally 0. I had 40. What happened to them all? This game may have just ended because of that. I can't leave Africa now. I'm not even being used for supply or anything. But I'm still being supplied. Yeah, but I should have been getting notifications that you were losing convoys. I wasn't. I lost 5 convoys. 5 convoys does not 30 make. Air supremacy is as important over sea as it is over land. Specialised aircraft developed for the purpose of naval warfare is a way to achieve that aim. I think Germany's finally being pushed back in the east. I disagree. I think Germany's still pushing because they were on the borders of Mosul. Also, this happened. Stalingrad, Brad, there it is. Central planning, more max planning, and concentrated industry, sure. Right, so Britain, can I go to you and say, I really want some convoys? Although I'm not even sure that convoys can arrive. I'm saying I have too many guns. I disagree. There, finally Siam has capitulated. Malaysia should go soon, although the Japanese are putting up a remarkably strong fight over there. 300 divisions, 150 factories. How's China looking? 19 factories, 37 divisions. Well, I guess that's also with all the warlords. 93, yeah, Guangxi is always really strong. In fact, I would say that China is one of the weakest. Wow, British Raj has a lot of factories, crikey. 78. That's a well-developed India. I can't bring in my reinforcements, I have no convoys. German surface fleet is just sitting in the English Channel. What's happened to the Royal Navy? What's happened to the American Navy? Spanish submarines. Submarines are having their impact. 68 convoys being caught right now. Although Canadian destroyers are defending them and the submarines are running away. So that's an escort duty right there. So Axis submarines are having an impact. That's good. Submarines are definitely a lot more useful now than they used to be. 4 million manpower. You did not need to go to extensive. You definitely did not need to go to extensive. How many convoys do you have? 250. 236. Britain's lost like half of them. At least America is not down to 11, which we saw during the Dutch game. Using Grand Plan but Doctrine, thought you said they nerfed it. They had, but it's still the best defensive doctrine. Although actually, with nothing really going on right now, let's actually take a look at the doctrines. Because they still have that one, which is amazing. And also, I didn't think we had the manpower for mass assault. Although with hindsight, we probably did. Grand Battle Plan's just standardly the most defensive. Superior firepower, we never had the industry to get artillery up in sufficient numbers. Although that's a plus 20% defense right there. Maybe we should have gone superior firepower. With integrated support from the support companies, because we did have support artillery. Well, we didn't, because we never really had any artillery in those support companies. Would have been a hell of a lot more soft attack, so we would have done a lot more manpower damage to Germany than we already did. I mean, we did a lot. Breakthrough, division speed, division organ... Nah. Mobile warfare would have been basically pointless. I mean, we get a lot of organisation, which means we're very difficult to push out, but we don't do a lot of damage with it. And we never had the material for mechanisation. Maybe superior firepower would have been better. Mass assault, let's have a look. Force rate, minimum training level. Outer supply would have been nice. Supply grace. I try not to have that problem. Max entrenchment plus 5 would have been good. Tank org, reinforce rate, max planning. Infantry combat width. We never had the gear for more combat width. Yeah, superior firepower was probably the one we should have gone with. But this one does have plus 10 max entrenchment and also plus 10 defense and also the organisation. It's just really strong early on. But it falls off later. I don't actually know how good planning is nowadays. Plan prep bonus plus 60%. I mean, it's still decent. It's not 160% like it used to be. I think it used to be able to get up to like 110% attack bonus. I think I'm just going to merge these two together. Waste of equipment from training them, but never mind. That second unit just never had the gear. Nope. The Soviets are definitely losing, and they're about to lose their oil supplies. I mean, Moscow has been relatively safe throughout, but it's still only 43. And the Soviets have taken a colossal number of casualties, and are actually tapped for manpower. See, this is probably when you should start thinking about switching. Germany now have 3 million manpower. See, that's what I mean. You did not need to shift. Britain on 1.1 million. US on 4 million. Why? And bear in mind, that's with mobilization time. So they switched way too early because they're still getting troops coming in. And it took time for them to reach 4 million spare manpower. Ground battle plans just less flexible later because you need planning. That's not usually a problem for me. I like fairly static lines which we can then just do a big push from. The problem is you need the equipment and the support to do that push. I'm very much a Montgomery style of combat rather than a Rommel style of combat. Ooh, D-Day? No, not D-Day. 2 British divisions do not D-Day make. Although, there are definitely a lot of divisions starting to stack up in Britain. Again, the German surface fleet, out and about. Home fleet, what are you doing? Repairing, 97% strength. Just split off. I don't know why split off is disabled by default. I think that's the raid on Dieppe. Yeah, I would say it probably is. I'm amazed that this unit hasn't yet been cut off. Like, how have they not just come through here? They're actually being surprisingly tenacious. Are those Marines? No, just regular old infantry. Led by Richard O'Connor. Against Ernst Everhard Hell. General Hell. Oh, he's the cold winter expert. I remember him. So he's in Dieppe and not in the Soviet Union because... Yes, that is indeed a German cavalry division. I like how the troops in Le Havre are just like, yeah, you got this, it's fine. Alright, another technology. And there come the naval bomber experiments. I suspect that's probably the end of the... at this point, I'm not switching templates. That might be the last focus. Because all the other focuses I have require actually owning land. And will be actually beefing up their territory. Alright, well, what do we want to go for? Division training time, faction research, construction engineering, air production, construction repair, resistance suppression, or naval production. Let's go with the tech sharing. We will encourage our research institutes and universities to reach out to their counterparts in allied countries. This will gain a tech sharing bonus. And 94th Men. I am doing well on this Thursday evening, although the Polish can't really say the same for them. Yeah, the fact I'm out of convoys, I think this war is over. Because I have no way of getting more. In fact, what is the way out from this? Wow, they actually landed in Kent. Not for long, but they managed one. What's the new alert icon? That's my expeditionary forces being called back by Britain, though they never actually seem to get called back, so I ignore it. Because these are technically expeditionary troops, though I don't think they actually are. Because they're equipped by Britain. I think that's just how they've done a workaround for the exiled troops being equipped by another country. So how do I get convoys from here? I think we're going to need to wait for Spain to be invaded. So basically D-Day needs to happen. Poland's done all it can. Because then if I can take some of Spain, then I can get some naval yards and I can start building some new ships. Until then, I am stuck in Africa. I don't want to attack anything because I just have no equipment to do so with. So we are literally just going to be sitting here absorbing attacks from our extremely well entrenched positions. Fall of Hong Kong! Troops from the Empire of Japan have captured the British Crown colony of Hong Kong. Wow, that took a while. Crikey. How the hell did Hong Kong hold for that long? I'm actually genuinely impressed. That was a hell of a holdout. And now the Chinese are garrisoning the border against India. You need these troops to fight Japan. Don't waste them garrisoning. And 18 Mexican divisions just sitting here taking 19% attrition. At least they took Malaysia back again, so we've got the rubber supplies. I think Hong Kong held because Guangxi Clique was holding the land side of the border. Oh, that could be. Oh yeah, Guangxi is getting annihilated right now. See, you need these troops over here. Oh wait, that's Vietnam. I'm trying to click on Yunnan. That's you. Yeah, you are fighting Japan, theoretically. That's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of your divisions. Out of the... that's half your army. Half. Jim's like, no, this is our beach. British keep trying. This is a bigger, better attempt. Although you have no ports, so these are all dead. Completely dead. 14 units gone. There's construction 5. Who has 0 manpower? Japan. Or Yunnan. Japan most certainly doesn't. Yunnan most certainly does, but they haven't gone up in conscription laws. China's also out. China's still on volunteer only. So some countries are way too aggro when it comes to manpower laws. Some countries just don't do it. Soviets are out with all adult serve, but they've just gone up, so this is probably mobilizing. They are going to be getting manpower, but not enough to stockpile. See. Meanwhile, the USA is... I'm going to guess 5 million. Oh, 3.8. I was wrong. Happily. 1 million for the Brits. 3 million for the Germans. Fall of Manila, capital of the Philippines. I can't believe that the Allies are actually losing. This was absolutely the Allies' war to lose. Fall of Leningrad. It's all going wrong now. Coup in Romania. As dissatisfaction with the country's leadership has risen to dangerous levels in Romania, Prince Michael has instigated a coup d'etat with substantial elements of the military. could start getting tanks, that's true. We've already got the tank focuses done, right? Yeah, that was this. No. Fall of Moscow. This is making me really want to play as Britain now. So your navy is still just sitting in port. Oh, it's because you're a strike force. You're not doing enough to escort duty. And another one here. And here. Soviets have got to be close to capitulation, surely. 13 million losses. Ouch! Germany's lost 6. I mean, Germany's losses, they can't really maintain those. But if the Soviet Union falls, then it's definitely over. I still don't think it's completely over. Although if the Urals go, then it is over. Because the USA is still in, although the USA has not been playing this very well. At all. I'm really curious if Lend-Lease itself is just broken. If the US is just not leasing gear to anyone. Because that would be a big, big problem. How would I tell that? Is it possible to tag switch? Oh, I can tell, actually. Britain, are you receiving Lend-Lease from anyone? Supported by Lend-Lease from one other nation, Canada. No, British Raj. And that Lend-Lease is 3 units of artillery. Lend-Lease is broken. That's what the problem is. That's why the Allies can't fight back, because America can't give gear to anyone. Am I out of the game? Yeah, basically. I have my armies down here. They're not going to falter anytime soon. We are super duper entrenched in the mountains. But I have no ships, so I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck in Africa. So it kind of looks like I'm going to have to do that game which I really, really don't want to do. Like, you know, a super naval Britain game. Oh, it's just making me feel sick already. Because if I do a super naval game, then America's not going to have to worry about Lend-Lease. They can just build the armies themselves and send them out and then basically save the world. Oh, but can I really face playing a naval Britain? I don't know. I could do America myself, that is true. And then actually do the Lend-Leases. I'm kind of enjoying playing as proper allies. I feel like if I did America, I'd have to do one of the wacky ideology changes. Yeah, someone's gonna have to do Naval Britain, aren't they? I guess I'll just have to take it upon my own shoulders to do so. I also kind of just want to leave this, just speed 5 to see if the Allies recover. Because Germany cannot maintain these losses. Especially while they're already at scraping the barrel. If they weren't at scraping the barrel, I'd be like, yeah, Germany's done this, it's over. But because they are... Oh, Sins for Death, I'm speaking specifically to players the UK, so I can hunt down their submarines and allow American supplies to get through. Because I think part of the problem here with America, and the reason that they have so many armies just sitting here, is because they can't get through the submarine blockade. Because the Royal Navy is just sitting in port. They're all just sitting in port. Oh, another naval invasion. Once again, having taken no ports. Does Canada have a good navy? Canada usually has a decent one. They have a lot of destroyers. Canada's navies is usually built around destroyers. Which is good for escort duty. Kind of similar to Norway. Oh yeah, they're just punching through here now. Canada have a new tree? No. Not since Together for Victory. Yeah, Legionary Romania is almost doing better than Germany right now. I wonder what their contribution is. 5%? The hilarious thing, though, nationalist Spain has contributed almost as much as Italy. 12% to 15%. Spain was the turning point. As soon as Spain joined this war, things started going badly. The Spanish Navy. Like, the one navy in this game you should never underestimate is the Spanish Navy. Their navy is surprisingly strong. They even have carriers. I wonder if the Royal Navy is sitting in port because they ran out of oil and can't get any from the US because of the submarines. Possible. Definitely possible. In what order would I rank all the DLCs? That's a good question. Last, definitely, is Death and Dishonor. It's terrible. Though I think they've probably fixed it up by now, but when it released it was in an awful state. The only, like, basically Death and Dishonor was about 4 factions. Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Hungary, and Romania. Romania, Hungary, Yugoslavia were all broken beyond belief. Czechoslovakia was the only working one. And Czechoslovakia is a fun country to play as, actually. I'd recommend them. They have some of the best armour in the game. Really good tanks. Really good tanks. And surprisingly good industry. If you can survive. So, Death and Dishonor is last. I quite liked Together for Victory. But critically, it wasn't very well received. The puppet system is okay. I feel like they could have done a lot better with it. So I'd probably put Together for Victory third. Second, Waking the Tiger, and then first would be Man the Guns. What trees were overhauled? Britain and America. Britain and America were overhauled. The Netherlands and Mexico got a new one. Can I see the British oil reserves? I think I might be able to. Ooh, oh! Except now I have no convoys, so no. Too little, too late, Britain. Gonna try Man the Guns DLC, but no clue what's new. Basically everything naval is new. The ship designer is new, the ship combat systems have been completely overhauled. Admirals have traits and skills. UK oil reserves, that's what I was going to look at. UK details. Nope, can't see. Oh, yes I can. Produced 0, imported 136. So they are importing. Whether that's actually arriving is another matter. Although considering they have 300 convoys in service, I would say they probably are. Romanians are indeed past the Urals. As soon as the Soviets fall, then it's over, regardless, because then Germany can call upon Russian manpower because they'll core it. We do need a good D-Day, like, soon. Uh-oh. Algiers got cut off as I thought they would. Damn it! How did I end up in Algiers? Actually, was I now? No, I had my line behind Algiers. So why are you two here? Ah, it's definitely over. I've had enough. So, question. Do we have transcoding right now? And FPS Korean, thank you very much for the follow. And Baumkönig, thank you for the follow. And NG, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We do have transcoding, okay. I will add it to my list of notes of things that I currently have. I've started actually noting when I have transcoding, when I don't, so I can kind of come up with an idea of when maybe it happens, though it does seem to be entirely arbitrary. This is a 5 PM stream. And also I'm just trying to keep a tally of how many average viewers I keep. Single player, new game, select scenario. Right, in fact, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube!